Hello. Yes. We're going to learn about the Azure VM virtual machine logs. So why you use log? To delete, accidentally delete, protect from the, if anyone going to delete, accidentally delete the virtual machine, it will protect from the accidental deletion. So two types of locks are there. One is the delete lock, second one is the read-only lock. Here see this. As an administrator, you can lock an Azure subscription also. You can lock in a Azure subscription. You can lock a resource group. You can lock a resource to protect them from accidental user deletion and modification. The lock overrides user permission. You can set the locks for the prevent either deletion or modification. If anyone going to delete accidentally, to protect accidental deletion and modification, we'll set the lock for the virtual machine. In the portal itself, these locks are called two types of lock. One is delete lock, second is read-only lock. Okay. In command line it is known as these locks are known as the can't delete and a read-only lock. Okay. So why two types of lock are there? One is delete lock, second one is read-only lock. Understood? We can lock the subscription, we can lock the resource group, we can lock the other resource to protect them from accidental user deletion and modification. The lock overrides any user permission. Two types of locks are there. One is the delete lock, second one is the read-only lock. What is the delete lock? Means the authorized users can only read only a modified resource, but they can't delete. When you set the delete permission, when you set the delete lock, what happens here? We can read the resource. Means that I can read the resource, but I can't modify the resource. I can't delete the resource. In the delete option, means other user can read and modify a resource. Modify resource, but they can't delete. Modify you can do, but they can't delete. Okay. Whereas read-only lock, other users can read a resource, but they can't delete or update it. Here, read and modify. Okay. Here, read and modify, but they can't delete. Here, read the resource, but cannot modify the delete. Here, cannot modify, but they can't delete or update it. Okay. Applying this lock is similar to restricting all authorized users to permission to the reader role permits. This is a reader role permission where we can get only, we can't modify, we can't delete. Here modify, but can't delete. Here can't modify, can't delete. In read only, delete. There are two types of locks are there. One is the can't delete lock and second one is the read only lock. The first lock will be modify, but can't delete. The second lock cannot modify, cannot delete. Okay. Two locks. Now we are going to why use locks here? To prevent the accidental deletion of the any resource. We can lock the subscription, we can lock the resource group, we can lock any resource like virtual machine, Azure storage, anything. Here first I create a resource group. Here to create a resource group, here click on the create. Here I am going to create a resource group. So here I had given the name Cyber Cloud RG, a resource group. Click on the review and create. It will create the resource group. Now successfully created a resource group. Just refresh here. This is the resource group. Resource group name is CyberCloud RG. In this one, I am going to create a virtual machine. I am going to create a virtual machine. You click on the create here, click on virtual machine. Select the resource group which you created. Is the virtual machine name. Virtual machine name is VM Lock 123. I selected a no infrastructure redundancy and selected a standard. Then I selected Ubuntu. Then selected a password and I have given the username here and I'll set the password. Set the password. So now I allowed a SS622. Click on the review create. It will create a virtual machine. Yes. First we need to create a resource group, then we create a virtual machine. Okay? So now I'll just click on the create here. Click on the create here. It will create a virtual machine. So now successfully created virtual machine. Successfully created a. I just muted off because of from your side I am getting a echo. Your voice are getting echo. That's why I just muted your voice. Okay. So disturbance also. When I unmute you, I am getting a echo from your side. Got it? That's why I just unmuted. Okay, here, click here. This is the machine here we created. The machine here created. Click on the overview here. Here under the settings, here you can observe here locks. Under setting we have locks are there. Click on the locks here. Here click on the add here. Here two types of lock are there. One is the delete lock, second is the read only lock. One is the delete lock and second one is the read only lock. Here see this, one is the delete lock. Delete lock means authorized user can read and modify resource but cannot delete it. Got it? You can modify. You can modify the resource. Whereas the read only lock can read only. You can't modify or delete. There is the difference between the delete and read only. And I just go to the lock name and just first time I'll get select the delete option here. The lock name is delete lock. Here delete lock. Then okay. So I created a lock here. Which lock here? Under the settings, under the virtual machine settings, I have locks are there. Okay. So then go to the virtual machine here. Go to the virtual machine here. So when I'm trying to click on this virtual machine, right click here, and we have a so when you click on this machine, you have option is there, delete. So I just read here, understand the virtual machine selected resources. When you click on delete here, so the error you can. Why? Because why it is got error? An error occurred because while deleting the virtual machine, because I had done a lock here. It's not possible to delete the virtual machine. Not possible to delete the virtual machine. That's why you're getting error here. Here, this is the which lock which been created. The lock which is created is the delete lock. What does delete lock means? Delete lock means we can modify, but we can't delete. Read only lock will be we can't delete and we can't modify. Here, this is the delete lock. I just go to the machine here. So whether I can able to modify the machine. This is the machine name. Here, this is the machine overview here. Here I want to change something. I want to change something like this one. Here I want to restart. Do you want to restart VM lock 2023? Yes, it is possible to restart also. Here I click on the restart. I'm doing the modification, means I want to restart a virtual machine. Then what happen here? It will restart because it is a which lock? Delete lock. But I can't delete. You understand? So now I'll check once again. You understand now? So I just selected a virtual machine. Now I just unmuted you. Okay? I just now unmuted you. So we just check here. Now I selected a virtual machine. Now I've done a restart. So now we can do the restart, but we can't delete. Restart is nothing but a modification. We can do the modification, but we can't delete in the delete log. Understood? So that is the one log. That is the successfully restarted the virtual machine. Again I go to the log here. We're going to deploy the another lock is the read-only lock. I just go to the lock here and select the delete here. I just deleted a lock. Okay. So then we're going to create a new lock that is called as a which lock? There is a read-only lock. There is a read-only lock. So now deleted. Why it is getting here? Okay. Read-only lock, even we can't modify the resource. We can lock any resource, we can lock disk, we can lock virtual machine, we can lock resource group, anything we can do. Okay? So, but there are two types of locks are there. One is the read-only lock, second is the delete lock. If you select the delete lock, then what happens here? If you select the delete lock, we can modify the resource, but we can't delete the resource. Whereas in the read-only lock, when read-only lock, we can't modify, we can't delete. You can't modify, you can't delete. So that is the read-only lock. Okay, that is like a read-only permission for particular resource. Okay, let me check here. We'll do for there is no lock is there. Now I deleted all locks. They can go to the add here, select the read-only lock. Read-only lock here. I just give the name, lock name also read-only. With the read-only lock. So you can give any name. Okay, just give the name here. And give here, name here, read-only lock. Okay. So now here click on OK. Now created a read-only lock. So then go to the virtual machine here. Go to the virtual machine here. Here under the virtual machine, go to the overview. Click on the overview. Here under the overview, here select the virtual machine here. Under the virtual machine we have settings are there. Under the setting we have locks are there. Locks are there. Okay, agenda read-only lock. Then when you go to the virtual machine here or virtual machine here, just go to the virtual machine. So when you try to restart here, just select here. It won't restart. Why? Because we set read only. Okay, read only. Here restart. Click on the restart. See what happened here. The right side you can check here. Right side you can check here. What happened here? Failed to restart a virtual machine. Why? Locked. So we can't do read only, we can't modify the resource, we can't even delete the resource. That is the two types of lock. Then we are going to delete the both lock and move for the other. Go for the other one. I'm just going to read this one. We're going to move for the other topic. Move for the other topic. Okay. uh.